I actually got my start in auto insurance sales. I was working for one of the biggest insurance companies in the world, Geico. And one day my sales manager came to me and said, "You got a really great smile. I think you'd be great in face-to-face sales." That accompanied with one of my coworkers actually getting into the industry and explaining to me the excitement he was getting from being able to help families purchase their first home really led me to jump in head first into this. I've been in the industry for a combined 6 years. I got 2 years in Northern Virginia, where I'm from, and 4 years here in Florida. With Lennar, you really don't get to pick and choose where you go. It's really more or less Lennar looks at their staff and figures out who's gonna do best where. I know Polk County pretty well. I know these buyers and I know what these buyers need. One of my most memorable moments actually happened when I had a family in front of me that, for one reason or another, couldn't actually purchase a home if it was either due to a lack of financing, low credit scores, whatever the case may be. I'm able to actually sit down, put a plan in place, and it could be a matter of just getting them a little bit of a better deal, maybe helping them out with some closing costs, or maybe even looking at doing rate buy downs. Everybody's scenario is different, and me being able to solve their issues and get people into homes is one of the great joys I have in doing what I do. One of my greatest strengths is my ability to listen. I simply can't help you if I don't understand who's in front of me. That's why we sit down, we have a conversation, and I really get to the bottom of what's really needed to help you and your family purchase your home. Asking the right questions is really how we get to the root of taking you and your family and putting you into a home of your dreams. I don't view myself as a new home consultant. I view myself as a problem solver. I gotta shout out social media. That is one of the biggest ways that I stay up to date on current market trends and what's going on in the local area. I follow some of the biggest real estate agents and developers, along with some of the other builders as well. Not only Central Florida, but all over Florida. There's a ton of relocation and there's a ton of buyers that are coming to Florida. So understanding where people are coming from has really given me a leg up on being able to assist everybody. Nowadays, social media will feed you and keep you up to date on everything that's going on. So that's probably the number one way that I stay informed about current market trends.
Yeah, so the way that I like to approach every family is I like to kind of sit down and have a conversation first. Help me understand who you are and what your needs are, and let me figure out what's the best way to get you into this home. So with each and every client, what I like to do is I like to set up group chats. In today's day and age, everybody likes to text, right? And that's my preferred method of communication. So everybody gets my direct number, you can text me. And then what I like to do is once I have a buyer that's already under contract, what I'll do is I will go every other week, kind of sending them updates on the home. Some weeks we might see updates and progression on the home, some weeks we won't, but I'll at least touch base and let you know, hey, nothing's happened on the home, or hey, we got cabinets, right? So I would have to say my tenure in not only the industry, but my tenure also in this area. I know what's coming to this particular corridor in Polk County. I've been down here for 4 years. I've helped over 200 families get into homes in this area. So my experience and my tenure, I would say, is what sets me apart, because I've seen a lot of different situations and a lot of different scenarios, and I've helped a lot of different people get into homes. I have a family that is maybe about 2 weeks away from closing, and they're about to get married, and the husband decides that he wants to go and have a bachelor party in Vegas 2 weeks before closing, and he maxes out one of his credit cards. For most people in that scenario, that's a done deal. But luckily I was able to partner with the loan officer, and we had some additional room in the incentives, so we kind of made it work and got them to the closing table.
Long story short, before closing, leave your credit alone. Don't go buy furniture. If you want to have a bachelor party, just wait until after closing.
So balancing my life is actually pretty challenging.
I'm a father of 4. My kids are pretty active.
What I try to do is I inform everybody of just the days that I work, the days that I don't work.
If you need me on one of the days that I don't work, texting me is gonna be the best way to get a hold of me. There's a chance you could call me and my taller's probably gonna answer the phone, and there's no telling how that conversation is gonna go. The best way I ensure my clients get the best deal possible comes back to that initial conversation we had. Everybody's situation is different. Some people need more money with their out-of-pocket expenses.
The most rewarding part about helping buyers find their dream home has to be that in itself, is the look on that family's face that didn't think they could buy a home, right?
It's not as easy as it was back in the days. Home prices are 3, 4, 5 times more than what they were. When you have somebody that tried to buy a home 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago,
finally be able to actually get into the home and they're in tears, they're hugging you, they're crying you, they're thanking you so much. Like,
that means more to me than anything else. When things don't happen the way that we want them to, that is a little bit of a challenge.
You can always look at a future game plan. Maybe you're not meant to buy a home this month. Maybe it's 2 months from now. Maybe it's 4 or 5 months from now. You know, we will put a plan into place that helps everybody. Everybody that I talk to has a problem, right? And their problem is, hey, my lease is over in the next 30, 45 days. My credit may be bad. Hey, I don't have all of the money to get into this home. Okay, well, let's have a conversation. Let's see what you do have. Let's see where you're at, and let's game plan from there, right? It's all about just understanding who's in front of me and how I can best assist them. And that just starts with answering a few simple questions. I got plenty of testimonies that I can share with clients that have worked with me. Just come into any of my communities, talk to anybody that's out and about, cutting their grass, playing with their families.
They all love DeVahn. They all love me.